Hey guys, welcome back to Rocket Motorsport here with another video. This time with the MotoGP boys at Qatar for round 1 here with the MotoGP bikes. I'm on the KTM. Oh, Rossi, I don't know if that was the game, it was JJ. I think it's just side rocked us. We've gone for a huge crash here. Luckily, there's no damage with these bikes just yet. As on board with Chris here, I think there's a rider coming out of the pit lane here. There is a rider coming out of the pit lane. It's him. That was Jack. Jack's come out of the pit lane. It's hit Chris. So Chris and Jack are on the deck. I've been on the deck already once. Now, I've set a lap time, I'm going for another one, we've catched up to Jack once again, who's on his own laps, just have to move, and we've got into the back of Jack, and we've gone down. Yeah, that's our bad on that one. I thought that Jack might move out of the way, he didn't, sadly. Now we're on for another lap. Invalidated this lap, caught up to JJ, JJ decided he was going to check out the road as well. So as you can see in FSL, we got a bunch of crashes going on. Coming to the line though, there's only less than a minute left on the clock. This is our last lap here, this one has to matter for our best here. We did a 53.6. Which is, it's an okay lap time, it's not really what I'm looking for. To go through turn 1 on the exit, you have to hit the apex perfectly there. We get the bike all swirly on the exit as well. Heading into the left-hander on the brakes here. Front comes up here at hazard at turn 2, we're lucky there. It's going into the fast right-hander, you've got to lift slightly. We have, and we are pretty much nailed this lap so far. It's the first sector then, completely done, and we are up on a lap time by over a tenth. Under a tenth, sorry. Heading into the next two right-handers, this is turn 5. Tricky corner turn 5 to get on the exit here, the bike wheelies. They did that again, heading into a tricky turn 6. This one's always caught out a few people. Remember JJ crashing. This time though, we nail it. Space is down on the deck on the at some point as well during this race, and that's all good for him. Quali even. And that's it, qualifying over. So this is our last lap there. We have to nail this one, heading out turn 7, then someone has gone down. Space again has crashed. I don't know what's going on with Space, he's crashed twice there now. And we're up on our time again. Underneath our time again. So this is good for us. The first 2 sectors we are red. We're going the fastest there is around this track at the moment. This could be a pole position for us here. We've got to keep this mentality together though. We've still got half a lap to go. Heading underneath the bridge there. We're heading into the right-hander. This is turn 12 then, the tricky 3 right-handers in a row. This is so hard to keep this all exactly neat and tidy. Going through here though, we've pretty much nailed this so far. Dropping down a gear into turn 2, gear 2, sorry, on the exit into gear 3, this is nailed so far, heading into the 12-foot corner then, turn 15 on the track, on the exit, once again we're nailing this is perfect lap so far, we're heading into the last corner then, we could lose this lap just like that on the exit here, we have to make sure we nail this one, coming around the last corner then, on the exit, the bike drifts out the exit though, we're onto the green painted area, slightly, almost there, but luckily we stayed to the curb then, coming to the line, this is a great, it's a new personal best as well, it's a 52.1. Now that is a proper lap time from us, and I'm very impressed we managed to pull that one off. As you can see, 4 seconds down was Chris, and then Space even 4.4, so 3.9 and 4.4, that's a long way down then. So here we go for the MotoGP race at Qatar, for the 10 lights Grand Prix here at Qatar. 10 lights are on, and away we go for the Qatar Grand Prix. Chris, I see that Space actually gets an amazing start. My big Chris and Space get amazing starts. They're both on the Hondas. I'm on the KTM. JJ on the Yamaha and a few others here. Heading into turn 1 there. Jack on the Suzuki. Heading to turn 1 there. There's a little bit of contact between the Hondas. And we lose the rear again now on the exit. Heading into turn 2. More contact between the Hondas. That Space has got out wide. We've got it to the inside. JJ's gone straight on or something there. JJ's had some sort of mistake through there. Heading into the right hander, which is turn 3. Space goes for a dive bomb line. We get the switch back. We get right across Space. Now it's Chris is next up, and Chris has missed the apex slightly there. We're going to go up the inside of Chris. It's contact between me and Chris. They're going to turn 5, this one is. Hey, it's more contact between me and Chris, and I'm down. I've crashed out of the Qatar Grand Prix. Luckily for us, we managed to get it all back together then. Now, heading on to lap 3, it's a long way into the future. We've catched up to Jack, who's in the Suzuki. He's moving across the straight quite badly. There's contact between me and Jack here on the straight line there. And now it's completely messed up our braking, but we're going to go straight on into turn 1. Please don't tuck the front while I'm off into the outer areas here. Out of turn 1 then, we still got to get past Jack, who moved on the straight a bit dangerously, but didn't think he knew where we were, so we'll let that one slide. Now heading out to turn 2, Jack all over the place there. Heading into turn 3, the fast right-hander, there's more contact with me and Jack. I've got in the air there. That's a pretty good save from us versus Jack there. Now heading into the next right-hander, go round the outside of Jack and get the move done. And I don't think Jack's going to be able to come back and us just yet here. Next one up for us is JJ, I think it is. We're onto the green painted area. I have to be careful there, we might get a penalty. JJ's crashed. Right, it's a free position there as well then. Now, it's just Space, Chris, and yeah, another one. It's JJ's crashed again now. That's not good for JJ. So yeah, it's just Space and Chris in for front. They've both gone wide. I think that's a crash. Yeah, Space is on the deck. I don't know if there's contact between him and Chris, I don't know. But yeah, Space is on the deck, and that's not good for him. So now it's been like me versus Chris on the end of lap 3 here then. As Chris lets the fast lap of the race. Nice job there. Heading into turn 1, and you have to make sure you hit the apex here perfectly. And we have done. So let's move on a couple of corners, shall we? And a lap in fact. Catch up to Chris here, up the inside, into the tricky turn 6. We've run in too deep though. Chris does the switchback on us. Nice move there by Chris to get the switchback. But now we have to get past Chris here. Space has crashed again, further back behind. Turn 7, dive bombing Chris again here. And once again, Chris doing the ultimate. Now heading through to turn 8 here. And this is now turn 9, up the inside of Chris once more here. We're heading into turn 10, the tricky left hand. This is where Mark Marquez and Domi had their little contact. And we've got a little bit of contact between me and Chris at the same point there. But Chris gets the advantage here. We've got to get past Chris here because there's a long way to go in this Grand Prix and I just want the track position. As now Chris lifts us up quite a bit there, but we've run out too wide. Chris is now on our inside. We have to give Chris space here. I knew he's been on our inside there. I didn't want this to be any contact. Now going to the final right hand corner. Chris is still on our inside. There's contact between us and Chris is down. We're down as well, so both of us have crashed here. The two leaders then come together. And I don't know where Space is, because he's also crashed a few times in this Grand Prix. Now, we then mess up our rejoins track, and Chris comes out in front of us, but straight away, we go for the dive bomb on Chris to get that position done. But he's done the switchback once again, heading into the last corner. Then he breaks a lot later than us, round the outside goes Chris. But the inside line, we should surely be able to force out Chris here. And we lose the race so badly though, and we get some bad wheel spin out the corner. Then Chris is now up the inside of us, into the long back straight, and gets position back. And now the switch stream is working the other way direction for us. Heading into turn 1, then we're going to look at the inside of Chris. Get the back wheel up in the air there. That's not good. Heading into turn 1, then we got the inside. We're running way too deep. Chris does the switchback again. Chris is doing this switchback so many times in this Grand Prix. It's actually surprising me. He's got so much more pace than Chris, but we just can't get past at this point in this Grand Prix. Now he's doing the fast right hand of turn 3. Should we get cut back past Chris here up the inside? I'm going to think about it. And there's contact between us there. Onto the inside there I go. We get a penalty for that. I run off very wide there. But Chris, he comes back in front. But with the extra speed we get from running off the track, we should be able to get past Chris. There's more contact between me and Chris, and we're off the track again. Chris is now off the track as well. JJ's crashed behind us, and this is just costing me and Chris so much time. There's more between me and Chris because we're on the outside of the next right-hander of turn 7 as Chris is showing his wheel up the inside. Surely I've got to let Chris go here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to sit back behind. This will happen to JJ. This is how he crashed at turn 1. As he came on the power, the bike just hindsides him. He was well off the track, and that's what's caused that one to happen. Now, on lap 5, we catch up to Chris once more. Still on his back wheel. Into the last corner. What's Chris going to do into the last corner? He's not really defended his position very well. We've got it this side of Chris into the last corner. Is he going to do what he does? Yes, he is. He's done the switchback once again on us. I tried to cover that off. But if I had covered that off anymore, we would have made contact both been on the deck. So, once again, we just got a whole position here. Onto lap 6. A long way still to go in this Grand Prix. 5 more laps and we're still going battling here. Heading to turn 1 then Chris still got the inside line there. But I'm thinking that I just should run my own race here really. I shouldn't be focusing on Chris so much. Because he might just win it at some point. And I can maybe get the position here. But, of course, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm a racer. Jack's down again. This versus me versus Chris still for the lead here. Coming around onto the straight hit, looking at the inside of Chris possibly. Not quite. Oh, is he? Chris has run wide. We've got up the inside. There's contact between us. I'm down. Chris is down, I think. Chris just turned in on us on my screen, but I don't know if he knew I was there or not. But we both crashed out. And Space has got a pair of us. And I'm still stuck behind Chris. So after all that battling, all that crashing, Space is the one who's quite on top here. Now heading to turn, sharp left-hander at turn 6 here. Chris has got in way too deep there. I've got the inside of Chris. And finally, I think we've got past Chris. Heading into the right hand of turn 7. Yes, finally Chris is behind us. But now we have to deal with the other Honda rider of Space. Oh, the battling is unreal here, and I can't do anything about it. Heading to the fast right hand of turn 8. Up the inside we go with Space. We crash. We are on the deck again. And that is a costly crash for us indeed in this Grand Prix. We've still got time to get this one back, but it's going to be a long way yet. My bet was of Chris and Space making some contact. But in fact, Space dropped back from Chris. And up the inside we go on lap 7. Up the inside of Space. At turn 1, we get the move done. I don't know where Space was, but he just wasn't near us. Not really anywhere near us at all there. Now heading into turn 2 on the exit here. The back wheel once again stepping out a few bits, but not really doing much. Now on to the next lap. On to lap 8 here. We go for the fast lap of Grand Prix as well. That's a qualifying lap, so it's fast. And Chris, once again, we got the inside of him at turn 1. He's going to try and do the switchback, I think, but we covered it off this time. Oh, he finally got past Chris here. Ah, finally, that took way too long though. Now on lap 9, it looks like Space has made a mistake. We're going to possibly go inside, because I made a mistake at some point, sorting out my clips in that, and Space managed to get past us when we did that. So now Space back in front of us. Got to try and get past Space one more time then. So I believe Chris had some sort of crash as well, which when he was battling with Space. I don't really know what happened there. Go through the few fast rights though, still on the back of Space, and once again still no overtake coming through. Now, this turn 14, we get the rebound on Space Cross, we head against the crossway corner. The left-hander, Space up the inside, there's definitely racing room there between us two. And we get the move done to get back into the lead of the Qatar Grand Prix. There's contact in fact, no we're not back through just yet. There's contact from me and Space, we're both around really wide there. And I wonder if this is going to bring Chris back into play, but Space, with the extra speed that he gets on going up the track, keeps position for now. Now moving on to lap 10 then. This is how's it going to go into turn 1. We've already made the move quite a few times in turn 1. How we do it again on the brakes, so late on the brakes, so too late on the brakes. Back wheel comes up. There's contact from me in Space. This time Space forces us off the track, and we go to the AstroTurf. Now heading into turn 2. This one is the left-hander. Got the inside of Space one more time. Space, is he going to do the switchback? I think he is trying to do the switchback, but I don't know where he is at this point. Going to the turn 3. I don't know where he is, and I think he's behind us now for good. I don't really know. Now heading through the right-hander. Chris has crashed. How has Chris crashed? Well, we got off the track here. That's a big mistake by us. Had to lift off because we got off the track. And we made another mistake. The tyres still here are just going at this point. The tyres are very much dead. Now heading into the left-hander. Once again, missing another apex. This is not what I wanted. And Space, you could just tell, yes, we got a mistake there. We almost crashed. That was a close call. But Space once again gets the advantage. This one to Chris further back. He was battling with a Jack here, going to turn 2. Chris with the inside line goes on the inside. Jack tries to do the comeback and Jack just killed him. Jack, that was not a racing incident. I'm sorry, but Jack lifted up halfway through the corner and took Chris out to the gravel trap. That was a good see. Now to the last lap of the Grand Prix. I was thought about going for a line to turn 1 on Space, but there's nothing doing his. Coming out turn 1, then it is Space with the advantage of P2. Now heading to the left-hander. Space still got the advantage, and there's nothing we can do at turn 2. So moving on to turn 3, then the fast right-hander, tricky to get the form right all the time, and the tyres are dead at this point. So once again, there is Space staying in front for the full sector here. So 1 out of 4 sectors done. Now heading into the second sectors, and here we go up the inside of Space. We raised a mistake there, but just like that, we made a mistake as well because the tyres are just dead at this point. There's nothing more we can really do about it. Now heading to the left-hander, turn 6 here. Space, sorry, with the advantage once again here, came around the outside of us. Great move by Space to get that one done. And don't forget our penalty, by the way, that's going to be huge going into this one. Up the inside once again is Space, but this time running way too deep. It was good to hit the gravel trap, we hit the gravel trap and crash. Now Space once again with the switchback heads back past us. This battle's definitely not done yet. And once again Space with the mistakes, we got the inside there. And heading to the left-hander. With turn 10. Space with the inside line, I don't know where he is. We're going to try and do the switchback. The tyres are just screaming at this point as they go around the left-hander. And Space is still there or thereabouts. I don't really know where Space is heading through the first right-hander. Space with the inside line. There's a little bit of room there, but we've managed to make it through side by side so far. Heading into the second part of the right-handers. We're going still holding around the outside, but I'd rather be on the inside line where Space is. And he keeps position for now, but heading with the switchback then. With only 2 corners to go in this Grand Prix. Heading to the left-hander. Space going to make some sort of error here. He's not made an error. Now, there's only 1 corner to go here in this Grand Prix. See who wins this Grand Prix. There's some sort of Jack. It's the back marker has crashed, and I've hit the back marker. And that's just ruined the battle, and I feel like Jack was in the way there on purpose. I don't really know. But Space has gone off into the distance as well. So after all that, I feel this win deserves to go to Space here. So we're just going to lift off. We're going to let Space come over first because that's the Suzuki Rally's ruined that battle. Otherwise, it could have ended differently. But yeah, Space deserves this Grand Prix. You get it on pens anyway. So that's the MotoGP race done then. With Space getting that Grand Prix win. We get the fast lap of the race though. Only half a second in it, but with my penalty once again, it wasn't much in it. Going on to Moto2 race then. With 5 minutes left on the clock going around the last corner. These bikes are something else to handle, by the way. These bikes are just a joke. You see the tyre wear though. I'm going orange tyre on my rear. Only doing 1 lap here. Going to the line though, it's a 58.9. That's like 6 seconds off the MotoGP bike lap time, so I don't really know if that's any good. So we're going to go around again here. This time this is our last lap here. We're still on pole position, and I can say now, we are already confirmed this pole position. But of course, we want to beat our lap, so we want to show off to our friends and fans. So here we go then, coming to the line. What is this lap going to be? Is it actually an improvement? It's a 58.1. That's not a bad lap for him. It's 1.4 seconds faster than Space. So let's see how this race is going to go then. As yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. Let's just see who wins this Grand Prix then. With me on pole position and Space in P2, and we've got 6 riders for this one. Oh, 5 riders, sorry, for this one again. Whew, here we go then. For once again, 10 red lights here for the Moto2 Grand Prix. And the lights underway. Yes, they are. Finally, away we go. We get a horrible start in the Moto2 bikes once again here. That's not the start we were looking for at all. We've gone back to last place here, heading into turn 1. Before we get to turn 1, everyone's pretty much sorted out their locations and where they're going to be. Someone's well off at turn 1 though. Oh, and JJ's crashed. Oh no, that's Chris, sorry. Chris is on the floor. I don't know what happened to Chris there, but he just seemed to put the power on too quickly or something. I definitely think he's going to be frustrated after that. As Jack made a huge error there on the exit of turn 2. JJ's crashed as well. So, after all that crashing and that, we've ended up in P2 after the first sector alone. With just Space in front of us. And the Space, spoiler alert, it's fast around here. We cannot afford to crash if we're going to catch up to Space here in this Grand Prix. He's already pulled out a 1.5 second lead. And that is quite a big lead early on. Now heading into a tricky left-hander of turn 6, this one is. Going in here, there's a couple of riders on my outside there, but once again, we're just going to push, try and keep up Space there. As Jack have one last go at us into turn 6, and now it's turn 7 then. It's Space has still got the advantage. This is only a 10-lap race though, so we've got to hurry up. It's a 1.6 second gap, so the gap hasn't really changed much in the favour of us anyway. Let's heading through to the left-hander here then, of turn 10. Tricky corner this one. As I say, it's a tricky corner, I threaded it away. We've crashed trying to catch up to Space. Jack's got past us as well. And then finally the game resets us. That took way too long. Moving on then, Chris managed to get back past us as well when we were on the floor. But see if we can make quick work of Chris here, because that's a big gap to Space now. As Chris pretty much lets us through there. I don't know what that was all about. I think he made a mistake. But yeah, we've got the advantage on Chris then. Heading into the left-hander. Is Chris going to have a go? Of course he is. But Chris, once again, too wide. And that battle there is done for the time being anyway. As we get that advantage back. Now heading into the right-hander, we get that apex done as well. Let's skip a few laps then. As on to lap 3, this time it's us versus Jack here. Then the bike is out of control, and the tyre wear, you can just see how bad it is because it's already going yellow. We catch up to Jack quite quickly then, heading into the end of the first sector then. Heading into the right-hander once again at turn 4. Jack's made a big mistake there. There's contact between me and Jack. Now heading into turn 5, the tricky right-hander again here. I think we're going to have to send on Jack here into turn 6. That's what I'm thinking, and that's what we're going to do. Heading into turn 6 and break exactly the same lateness as Jack, but Jack is just on the wrong line. We get the position done, and that is us into P2 then. And let's see the gap to the car. Oh, the car in front. That's not a car, that's a motorbike. As this is turn 7 then. I can tell you, it's about a 10 to 15 second gap. It's exactly 9.9 seconds gap to Space at the moment. So let's just put our head down, let's do some laps and see if we can close that gap down. And just like that, we're sending fastest lap after fast lap. We put it down to 4.8 on lap 6. There's only 4 laps to go now. We can maybe get this one done. As moving on to the next lap, this is now lap 7. As we cross the line then, it's across a 59.0, so the consistency is definitely there. It's down to 3.5 now. Now on the next lap, coming across the line to end lap 7 and moving on to lap 8. Is it a fastest lap? No, but it's still 58.6. The consistency is definitely there. We've got to. This is going to be so close again or not. Now, moving on to lap 9, going on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. Are we even going to get this? We did a 58.5. Once again, another consistent lap time. But is it going to be enough here? This is definitely a draw-dropping moment here if we can win this race or not between me versus Space. As that's a mistake with the rear. The rears are just dead at this point. They're on red. So if we can actually manage to close them down, it's going to be impressive. They're coming out of turn 2. The rears are just so done. We've got fuel though. We can just keep it in power too. We don't have to focus on fuel. We can just have to focus on getting Space. Now heading into the right hand. It's 1.5 seconds. We can maybe catch that down. I don't know. It's going to be difficult. We're going to try this our best though. As we've got a penalty for that. That's a bit harsh if you ask me. That's definitely harsh. Now heading into the left-hander. Space has sort of missed the apex there. So the gap is coming down slightly more there. But he got a better exit, so I don't really know at this point. Got to keep focusing on our own line though. We can't really focus on what Space is doing at this point. So we've got to hit the apexes as pretty much exactly what we are doing there. That could have been better, but we've gained 4 tenths on here, but we have to gain at least 6 tenths on each one here. in the 2 sectors to go. Now heading through the left-hander. Space is wide again though, and this is just giving me the motivation to keep pushing here. As JJ's gone down again, further back behind. Feel bad for you, JJ. You crashed again. Now under the bridge there. Surely this is gonna be tight. Heading through the fast right-handers then. It's gonna be so tight if we can get him or not. I'm pushing this bike to the absolute limit here. Going through the final right-hander then. Well, until we get to the last little corner, that is. And Space made a mistake there. That's a big mistake by Space. With 2 corners to go this Grand Prix, then going to the penultimate corner. Space has made a mistake. It's missed the apex slightly. It's going to come down to the last corner here. It was a 10-second gap coming down to the last corner, last lap situation. We're looking at the inside of Space. Space is broken way too deep there. He's gone off the track. We get the move done. We're into P1 here. Now, is this literally going to be enough for Space to come back at us here? Because he's got a better exit than us, so definite. I know he's going to be coming back at us here, but is it enough for Space to get us back to the line? It is not enough to get us back there. We win the race, but on penalties, it didn't quite work out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.